Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're feeling goddamn good. I hope you're feeling goddamn amazing. I hope you're ready for some big action. I am looking fabulous. I am looking amazing. Yeah? I'm ready for some meat grinding. That's what I'm ready for. I'm ready for some goddamn meat grinding. I'm going to put some bodies to work, and I'm going to keep it HIPAA safe. Yeah? Gotta be regulation. Did I lose a bet? No. I did not lose a bet. What I went through was the most tedious and frustrating weekend on living memory. It was... I actually hate our local government. I hate them. I hate them so fucking much. I wish I could just fucking put them into XCOM and I would send them to their... I would just fucking walk them. I would just walk them out in the open. Oh, I'd split them up. I'd send them where they needed to be. It'd be so good. It'd be so good. It really would. It'd be amazing. This is my hard hat. Oh, you like it? This is my official hard hat. This is mine. This makes me as safe and sound as I could possibly be. Yeah? This is my lovely jacket that I had to buy so I could be safe. Yeah? Make sure the people can see me. Blue collar. Dude, I swear to God, the amount of people I dealt with this weekend, so many people who told me lies just so I would go away. And that is infuriating. Instead of just telling me the truth, I was continuously lied to so that I would just go away and stop hassling people who couldn't be asked. That's what I dealt with the entire fucking weekend. It was just infuriating. It was bad. It was... I hate that. Like, oh, I'll just pass them off with some random comment and at least there'll be somebody else's problem then. All that happened is I had to move all the moldy shit. That's what I had to do this weekend. I had to move all the moldy shit. It's getting worse. It's rotting. Our couches that are in our safe storage are rotting. They're terrible. They're covered in mold. You see the pictures, and all the office stuff is starting to rot. So I needed to move all the good stuff that's salvageable to the good place. And because Emma, my beautiful darling wife that I love very, very much,
why are you storing moldy stuff in the first place, Madge?
It wasn't moldy when we stored it. It became moldy afterwards, so it needed to go. My wife fucked up twice this weekend. I rented a van. You guys are aware of this. I rented myself a transit van. It cost me 180 quid, but my family was going away. The snow let them go, which meant I had Saturday and Sunday to do man shit. I could do man shit. So she saw this van. She's like, you know what else you could do while you've got the van? Fellas. It's the worst comment in the world, right? Because you see it coming and you're like, son of a bitch. Like, you've gone out your way to do this thing. And then, I don't know what it is about wives, but they see it and they go, you know what I would use it for? But I'm not going to use it. Do you know what you use it for? I'm now just going to give you a load of extra work to do. Because why not? You've got resources. It'd be stupid not to. I'm going to go and have fun on my hobby. I'm going to go and do a horse show. You could do more work. She wanted me to clear the whole garden because our kids are older. And the man chopped down our tree. And there's fucking twigs and trees that have grown over the winter period that have like blocked stuff. Like little plants that have grown into like little tree things. So she's like, you could clear the garden. Get rid of like the mud kitchen and all the shit that we had for the kids when they were younger. You could really just like clear out the entire garden. I was like, yeah, I suppose I could. I suppose I could do that. And it's genuinely, it's a good idea. It's a good idea. So, I started Saturday morning. I got up 7 a.m. That's when they were leaving, so the house was abuzz with activity. So 7 a.m. Saturday, I'm up. I got on my work clothes, little pair of shorts, old trainers, little t-shirt and a hoodie. Got my hat out, and out in the garden I went with my hacksaw.
Evening stream copium, weekend stream copium,
I'm explaining. Out into the garden I go. Got my saw out. Start putting everything in. Then it turned out there was too much shit, so I had to drive around the van to the other side of the house, take out a part of the fucking fence so I could get the shit out of the garden, lock Ben in because he could escape. He's barking, and I spent 2 hours sorting the garden out. My garden is gorgeous, but it filled the van. Legitimately, filled up the van, so I could no longer do the office stuff. So I was like, okay, that's fine. I'll take all this to the tip, and then I'll go to the office and start the work I actually wanted to do with the van. Seems good. Gets to the tip, drives around to the weighbridge. Lovely lady, really nice lady. She goes, "Can I help you, love?" And yeah, I'm just tipping this stuff. She went, "You have to go around the other side." So our dump has two sides to it. One for bigger vehicles and one for the general public in a car. I went round to the one in bigger vehicles because there's usually a barrier preventing vans from getting into the other side. She says, "Oh, you need to go around to the other side." I said, "The van won't fit, will it?" And she went, "Oh, no, we'll move the barriers. It's fine. You can go around there." All right, no big deal. So I turn around, drive around to the other side. Sure enough, no barrier. As I'm approaching to go up the ramp to dump all the shit, man puts down another barrier. Comes to the window. "Can I help you?" It's like, "Yeah, I'm just getting rid of some gardening stuff." "Where's your permit?" I went, "What?" He went, "You need a permit for gardening stuff?" He went, "No, it's because you're in a van." "I need a permit." And he goes, "Yeah." And I was like, "Right, but where do I get the permit from? From you?" "No." "What you need to do," he goes back into a fucking thing. He gets a piece of paper, comes out with this little instructions. You need to go off site. You can't be here with the van. And go and fill out for the permit. I was like, all right, how long does it usually take? I don't know, 10 minutes or something. Okay, no problem. So I drive through the tip. He actually lets me through. I drive past where I dump all the shit. See everybody dumping their shit. I drive past all that. Outside, park up, go to put it in. "You need the logbook for the car." I'm in a rented van. I don't have the logbook for a car. He's like, "Yeah, you need to register the car." I don't have that. I'm like, "Well, you'll have to ask the rental people for it." I'm like, "It's Saturday." He's like, "Yeah." I was like, okay, this isn't going to work. So I drove back into the weighbridge side and I went to the lovely lady and I said, "Look, you've given me this thing to fill out, but I haven't got the logbook. It's a rented van." She went, "Oh, I think there's an option for rented things. You just have to talk to them." I was like, "Well, I've rang your number and nobody's answering." She goes, "Oh, it's not open today." So I've spoken to two of the staff here, and at no point did you feel it would be worth mentioning that I can't get the permit, like, at all. There'd be no chance of that happening. Until now. Until my third trip into this place.
12 months of insanity.
Okay. So I was like, well, look. What if I pay for it, right? What if I pay for it? And she goes, "We charge by the half ton, so that'll be 187 quid. I'm dropping off twigs and shit." Like, that's a lot of money. That's like as expensive as it was to get the van. It's like, that's how much it is. What you could do is go to another place. I need to get you the picture. You can go to another place, which is about 15 minutes away. And it's like, right, okay, let me add these. And they do it cheaper. They'll do it for 20 quid. I was like, oh, okay, 15-minute drive, 20 quid, not the end of the world. So I was like, right, okay, we might have a solution to our situation here. So I got back in the van again. And then I drive 15 minutes. Now, viewer discretion for our Dutch friends. We have hills in the UK, right? So viewer discretion is advised, Dutchies. So this is where the other tip was. On the top of the fucking world, next to the pike signifying how high up this place is, in the fucking snow, I had to drag my ass up to the top of this fucking hill. And I've been through so much faff now and doing all this stuff that it's about 12 o'clock in the afternoon. So I get to this place And this guy comes out and he's like, what can I do for you? Because he deals with like industrial waste. I was like, I've been to the tip near me. They've said it's going to be 180 quid to tip this. I haven't got the permit. Can I dump here? They said it'd be fine. And he goes, we're closing. Because it's Saturday and we close in the afternoon. And I'm like, right. And he goes, I'll tell you what are you tipping? He says, let me have a look in the back. So I open the back of the van and he sees it's garden shit, right? This is all true. Every word I'm telling you is absolutely true. This was my weekend. And so he goes, all right. I'll tell you what, you can tip it. It's going to be 70 quid. And I went, oh, right. The lady at the other tip told me it'd be 20 quid. I said, no, we haven't charged 20 quid for this shit in forever because the council tax on tipping is now extreme. So it's going to be 70 quid. I'm like, is there anywhere that does this any cheaper? And he goes, we're the cheapest. I'll be honest with you. All right. Fine. I still haven't done the reason I rented the van yet. I'm just doing Emma's shit. So 70 quid. I empty the van in 2 minutes. I throw it all in. I've got an empty van. What to do now? What to do now? Is the guy open on Sunday? No. So I'm now faced with a dilemma. Because I still have to do the office. Because the couches won't fit in the car. So I'm like, what am I going to do? What the fuck do I do here? So I was like, I'm going to have to bite the bullet on this. Because otherwise I have to rent a van again. And get the permit. So I was like, I'm going to have to fill up the van. And then come back to the other tip. Or it's going to cost me like 180 quid. And see if I can fucking talk my way out of it. Because she sent me up here and it's closed. And it didn't cost me 20 quid and all that. So I'm going to have to try and charm her. I'm going to have to charm her. Alright. So I decide I'm going to go to the office. I'm going to get all our good stuff. I'm also going to sort out all the bad stuff. I'm going to put it in the lobby of our building. I'm going to take all the good stuff to the storage place. I'm going to put the good stuff in there. I'm then going to get the couches out the storage place, put them in the van, go back to the office, get all the bad shit, fill the van. Job done. And it took fucking forever. I was pouring with sweat. I went through like 4 face masks because it's moldy as fuck in there. It's full of black mold and it's gross. And I had to rewrap everything. So it took ages. So it's getting on for like 3:30. So I went back to the storage unit, filled the van with all the good stuff, went to the storage unit, put all the good stuff in there, then put the couches in. I'll be honest, it was like 4 o'clock. I was fucking tired. I was done. I was fed up. I was pissed off. It was raining and snowing. It was awful. So I was like, I'm just going to go back to the house. I'm going to see Ben, have some lunch because I hadn't eaten anything. And then we'll just drop it off in the morning. Because all I need to do is go to the office, get the bad stuff, put it in the van, take it to the tip. I can be done by 9 o'clock. Easy game, easy life. Sorted. So I went back home, chilled out, tidied the house up, cleaned the backyard because there was shit everywhere from me sorting it out, made it all nice and pretty for when Emma came home. And then I sat down maybe 6 o'clock. All right. So Sunday, I get up nice and early, wake up at 7 o'clock again because my body clock's in play. Wake up at 7, dive in the van, straight to the office. Can only fit like half of the bad shit in because the couches took up a ton of room. I can only get half of the office out, so there's still stuff at the office. Whatever, the van is full. It's all full of moldy nonsense, dirty shit. It's gross. It's disgusting. I'm running out of face masks. I bought a full pack of 10 and I'm now running out. I head back to the tip that we went to yesterday where they wanted 180 quid. I'm going to have to bite the bullet because it cost me over 200 quid to get the van. I've got to do it. So I pull up. It's the same lady. I was like, hi, do you remember me from yesterday? She's like, yeah. I was like, okay. So I went to the place you told me to go. They closed at like 12:30. And it was 70 quid, not 20. So they wanted to know it's like 70 quid to dump there. But it's closed on a Sunday. I've still got to get rid of this. So I'm going to have to pay money and tip it here. Nah. What? She says, we don't accept household waste on this side of the tip on a Sunday. It's not closed. It's open. I can see it from where I'm stood. It's also open on the other side for people in cars to drop their household shit. The whole place is open. But she won't accept it in this side. And it's the only side I can go in with a van. So I'm kind of looking at her with a blank stare at this point. Because this is just ridiculous. All I want to do is dump a couch which is a normal household item that would probably need dumping at some point. It's pretty normal. So I went, I don't understand. It's open. And there's trucks going past me dumping shit. She's like, yeah, we do all the private dumping today. I was like, but the other side's open for household. Can I not drive in there with it? She went, no. It's like, even if I pay you 180 quid to drop a fucking couch off, I can't go in there 2 seconds from where I'm stood and just drop it off. No. So what are my options? Because this van's got to go back tomorrow. So what do I do? And she went, you could try a different tip. 20 minutes away. I was like, will they let me in? She went, I'll check. So she made a phone. Again, nice lady. I'm making her sound like an arsehole, but she was being genuinely nice, and she was very restricted. You could tell in her face, she was like, I wish I could just let you in, but I'm not allowed to.
I hope you guys will never complain about German bureaucracy ever again.
It gets worse. I swear to you, it gets fucking worse. So she, in her face, genuinely, I'm pissed off, so she comes across as an arsehole in the story, but genuinely she was like, I'm really sorry. I'm really, really sorry, but this is the way it is. I'm like, okay. So she calls them, and she's like, yeah, you could drop here. That's fine. And it'll be about 70 quid. And I was like, okay. So it's going to cost me another 70 quid. Cheaper than what I thought I was going to pay at this place. Kind of a win, I guess. So she gives me this address. I drive 20 minutes. I jump on the motorway. I drive 20 minutes to this other place. I find it. Sat-nav working a treat. I drive in. I go to their weighbridge because you got to weigh all your trash that you're dumping. Another lady waiting for me. I get out. I was like, hi. You've had a phone call. I came from the other tip. They told me I could dump here. And she's like, no. And I start laughing. I can't help it. I start fucking laughing. And this is the first time I've dealt with this lady. And I'm like, I'm just laughing. And she's like, what's so funny? It's like, this is like the 4th place I've been to. And I've made now, I think, 6 or 7 trips to dumps to drop a couch and shit off. And nobody will let me in. And she's like, you need a permit. I was like, okay, maybe it's just the permit thing. It's like, I'm aware of the permit. I'm totally aware of the permit. I can't get it. The office is closed on a weekend. I'm happy to pay. And she goes, oh, you're happy to pay. So it's like, oh, God, she was hoping I would drop it for free. This is fine. She went, I still can't let you on. I was like, why? And she went, you're not dressed for it. I was like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? She went, it's a working site. You're going to need to buy work boots. Is there a man at my door? There is. Hold on. There's a man at the door. Nupss, that was the people for the stuff to go to Poland. But obviously it's not here. So apparently the rescheduling did not work. Okay, where was I? All right. So this lady, and I want to point out here, she's in a tower. It was a good, 10 feet up. So I'm looking up at her like she's fucking Cersei on the Game of Thrones, right? I'm looking up at her like this, and she's like, yeah, you're going to need to go, you're going to need to wear a high-vis vest. You're going to need to get work pants. You're going to need to get hard boots. You're going to need to get a hard hat. And you're going to need a proper workman's pair of qualified gloves. And I'm laughing again. I was like, I've been to 2 tips. Neither of them have ever brought this up. They're both identical to this one. And this is the first time I'm hearing about it. She was like, we used to give it out to people while they dropped stuff off, because you're only going to be here for 5 minutes, right? But we don't do that anymore. It's now Sunday. So I'm like, what do I do? I was like, help me out. She went, I think there's a shop nearby where you can go and buy all this shit. I'm like, so I'm going to have to buy a full fucking transmog to drop this fucking couch off. She went, I don't know where it is. You're going to have to go to the guy down the road who's in the fucking in the security booth, and he'll help you out. I was like, and then what do I do? She's like, just come back. And I was like, and you'll absolutely let me in. You will absolutely... I have to get rid of this couch, otherwise I've got to rent the van again. I was like, and then you'll absolutely let me in. She was like, I'll definitely let you in. And she said, I tell you what. Just get the hard hat and the high vis, and I will ignore the rest. And I was like, but is somebody going to stop me if I don't buy boots and fucking pants and gloves? Is somebody going to stop me down there and make me go and buy more shit? She's like, I'll have a word. It'll be fine. We know it's what it is. We'll sort it out. So then I drive down to this other guy who is literally in a little security booth in the sun that clearly has no visitors on a Sunday. And my man is 350 pounds if he's a fucking inch. And he's just with his eyes closed. This is my guy who's going to help me out. This is my guy. So I pull up, doesn't move, doesn't hear the van. So I get out and I knock on his window and he goes, what? Like that. I was like, look, I've got to dump this fucking couch. And apparently there's somewhere around here that you can get the stuff I need. And he goes, yeah. All you need to do is you need to go out of here, go left, go right, go upside down, inside out, round a roller coaster, up and down here, and then through the town, and then you'll find a screw fix that'll sort you out. I was like, what's the name of the shop? I'll sat-nav it. Just, what year is it where I'm expected to follow these fucking directions in a place I don't know where I am? It's not happening. So I was like, where is it? And he goes, around there. Now, make sure you get the boots, make sure you get the pants, make sure you get a hard hat, make sure you get the high vis, make sure you get the gloves. And the gloves are very important. They need to be the ones that are safety issued because they have finger protection in them. The lady just said that she would ignore that stuff. And she goes, all right. And I'm like, in my brain, I'm going, wait a minute, you just told me this shit was ultra important. And then you reel it off to me saying the gloves are imperative. You've got to get them. And then I say, she says, ignore it. And you just go, all right. I have never met anybody at a job who could give less of a fuck about what's going on. This guy was like annoyed I existed because he was clearly having a sleep. And he's like, yeah, do whatever you want. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, if you kill yourself in there, that's not my issue. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not my problem. It's like, you do whatever the fuck you want. He's like, yeah, okay. Like he'd read the tagline that he'd been pre-programmed to, like a Burger King guy is like, would you like fries with that? Like, it's just fucking instinct. And then when there was any sort of resistance to it, he just went, I don't give a fuck, do whatever you want. So I was like, okay. So then I go all the way to the fucking shop. I go in, there's a big queue, but the guy sorts me out like in 2 seconds. I get my stuff. Here I am. Look at me. I'm regulation now. I come back around. I sent this to Emma. I was like, you'll never guess what my day has been like. You will never guess what my fucking day has been like. Oh, I'm fucking clean as a whistle, dude. I'm clean as a whistle. I go back round. I come round. And she goes, you're really not supposed to be wearing shorts. I'm like, you can't be serious. You just said it wasn't a problem. She's like, I didn't see you were wearing shorts. I'm like, come on. And she went, it'll be all right. What? It'll be all right. It'll be all right. And I'm like, it better not be. It better not be. So I get weighed in. She went, I'm just letting you know, if it's over half a ton, it's 20 quid an extra 20 kilos or whatever. I'm like, whatever. Just get this fucking couch out of my thing. So I pull round to the tip place. I'm finally here on the cusp of it after 2 days and many hours. I'm finally on the cusp of being able to get rid of the shit. And the guy comes around again. Sleepy Joe, he comes around again. And he goes, what is it you're even dumping? I went, a couch. He went, a couch? He said, have you paid? And I thought, I had to. I can't get a permit. He went, yeah, it's closed at the weekend. I was like, I know it's closed at the weekend. I know that. Joe, I am fully fucking aware that it's closed at the weekend, right? I wish the fucking rental place had told me that, right? Because I told them what I needed the van for, and nobody mentioned I needed a fucking permit to even use the damn thing. But it says, I'll help you. I'm like, hey, things are looking up. Things looking up. He's going to help me get these couches out of the van because it's stuffed. The van is stuffed with the couches and all the shit from the office. He's going to help me get the couches out. What a fucking guy. What a guy. So I opened the back of the van. He sees the mold on the couch. He went, nah. I'll be back in a few minutes. I don't even fucking blame him. I don't even blame him. He went, nah. He just went, nah, good luck with that. Just fucking walked off. He was like, I don't need to help with that shit. I'm out. I'm out. So I had to manhandle it all out, but we got it done. We got it out. Sorted. There it is. And we can say goodbye.
The script for the next Edgar Wright movie.
Dude, it was the worst. So I got the couches out. I manhandled them out. I left our flag on it. And then this morning, because obviously I didn't want to stop the stream in the afternoon, is I waited outside the rental place so I could drop the van off the moment it opens. It's like it's near our office, so it's like a half-hour walk. But I couldn't get a lift because the kids are going to school. So I waited outside to drop it off. And then the girl who did the inspection on the van, she was like, how did it go? Was everything fine? I was like, yeah, it was good. And she goes, oh, cool. She went, what were you using it for? I was just doing a tip run. She went, you know, you need a permit for that. And I swear to God, that's what she said to me. And I was like, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. And I was like, why didn't you say something when I rented it? She went, who did you rent it from? And I was like, I don't know his name. It's like, well, he should have told you. I'm like, yes, he should. It said it cost me 140 quid to actually use this van to tip stuff. She went, I'm really sorry about that. Anyway, see you later. That was my whole fucking weekend, dude. It was, and I didn't even get finished. I didn't even get finished. The office still has shit in it. It still has shit. I didn't even get finished. It took me like 12 hours of hard graft and driving all over the... No wonder people just throw shit out at the side of the road. Can you imagine if I was on a shoestring budget for this? And no, I can't justify another 140 quid on top of a van. Of course you would just go to a country lane and just throw it out the van. Instead of driving all over the place, I was literally in the car driving to tips backwards and forwards like an hour and a half. Of course you would do that. I was like, you guys bring this shit on yourselves. It's fucking ridiculous. It's just a couch and some twigs. That's all I got rid of. Motherfucker. It was just unbelievable. Of course people would. I was on the phone to Emma and she was just like laughing at me. I was like, Emma, I swear to God, even me, the thoughts went to my head of just dropping the shit off somewhere and letting it be somebody else's problem. If it didn't have Preach Gaming all over it, I would have considered it. Like, this is insane. I've literally been to the top of the fucking world and to like 2 other places, and all that's happened to me is people have fucked me about and not just given me full information. The rental place could have said, hey, should we sort your permit out while you're here if you're using it for that? Would have had no problems. Would have been able to tip it in like 5 minutes. Nope. The whole fucking thing. We need to explain every high vis scared hard hat. You have a story to drink to. Well, now I have these. I own these. These are mine now. I'm sure they will get some usage at some point in my life. I'm rock solid. And on top of that, that's... The garden was the first thing that Emma fucked up this weekend. The second thing. There is a meet this weekend of the crawlers in Holland. The crawlers are getting together. I would love to be there. There are people there that I haven't seen in months, and I would give anything to go. But it's on Mother's Day. So when the dates came out for it, Zoe sent me the dates. She's like, hey, I was like, oh, that sounds pretty cool. I can get over to the Netherlands for a weekend. That sounds awesome. I mentioned it to Emma and she went, that's Mother's Day. Now, I think Mother's Day is a load of shit. Every day's Mother's Day as far as I'm fucking concerned. Every day's fucking Mother's Day. You know what I did for my wife last night? She had a long ass day. She was dry. She didn't get home till 9 o'clock with the boys. She's been doing horse shit all day. So I got her 2 ice cold cans of Diet Coke, which is one of her favorite things. If she's had a long day, she likes an ice cold Diet Coke. I put them on her pillow and I made her a delicious dinner. I made her a delicious dinner for the moment she got in, and 2 ice cold Diet Cokes. She was the happiest woman on earth. Every day is fucking Mother's Day. But last year, I was at the Race to World first. I was casting over Mother's Day because the fucking raid lasted 3 goddamn weeks. And Emma was pissed about it. She was like, yeah, you've missed Mother's Day because you're in fucking Germany I'm here on Mother's Day all alone. And I was like, who cares? It's Mother's Day. Like, I don't give a fuck about Father's Day. What the fuck are you talking about? She's like, yeah, it's really upset me. So anyway, the dates for the CrawlerCon came out. And it's Mother's Day. So I was like, fuck's sake. So I go back to the crawlers and I'm like, it's Mother's Day. I can't go. Emma wants me here. I missed last year. It's whatever. It means a lot to Emma. Sorry, I can't be there. Okay. 3 weeks later, our wonderful Jess, Rage Darling, reaches out to say they're organizing a WoW content creators meetup the same weekend. Now, I forget the date of Mother's Day. Somebody will remind me. Some fucking shop will put a sign up or whatever. So I go to Emma and I'm like, hey, there's a big party in Sheffield on this weekend. Do you want to go? She's like, it's Mother's Day. So I sent back a message to Jess. I'm like, it's Mother's Day. I can't go. Like, this Mother's Day apparently means a lot. I missed last year. The same story again. Okay. Last night, as Emma is enjoying her delicious ice-cold Diet Coke and the wonderful dinner that I prepared for her, she says, you need to figure out something to do with James next weekend, by the way. I'm like, why? And she went, because me and Max are doing a horse show, so we're going to be staying away. And then it all clicked for me. It all clicked for me. I went, so you're away on Mother's Day? And she realized instantly that she fucked up. She realized so quickly that she fucked up. It was just incredible. You know the moments, guys, where, like, you're just so happy because you realize you've got the W and there's nothing she can say? And that was the moment I had. I just went, so you're away for Mother's Day? And she just went, oh, fuck. And then she started scrambling. She's like, I'll come back early so we're together for Mother's Day. I was like, Emma, I can't express to you how little I give a fuck about Mother's Day. This is for you. And you booked a fucking trip the same weekend. So you don't even care. She's like, it's not my fault when Horse of the Year, the Horse of the fucking Year thing is. And I'm like, it's not my fault when my friends book parties and events, is it? And we could do Mother's Day anytime. In fact, we did Mother's Day today. We'll do it again tomorrow, I've no doubt. And we'll do Mother's Day again the day after that. And she was like... So, in good news, I might be able to go to CrawlerCon. But I'll have to bring my son. So, we'll see. We'll see. I'm not promising anything, because she's now scrambling to try and figure out if she can make it back early for Sunday, so we can be together for Mother's Day. My son is welcome. Yeah, I'll find somewhere to stay. So we'll see. Because I was looking like, what could I do with him? Yeah, I'll try. You know me. I'll turn up if I can. So it's now up to Emma to make that happen. It's now up to Emma to make that happen. So we'll see. Leave us at the WoW content creator event. I'm not even sure if that's going ahead anymore.